Hey guys, Kyle Thompson here with eXp Realty, bringing you another market update for Kamloops, and this week we're going to be focusing on condos. Let's jump right into it. All right, so at a glance, we had 51 new listings, 29 new sales. The average list price was $374,507. The average sale price was $362,472. The sales to list price ratio was 96.76. Average days on market was 58.52, and we ended the month with an inventory of 139. So let's jump over to the market conditions and see what we're looking at. As always, I like to use both the monthly supply of inventory method and the sales to listing ratio, as using both of them gives us a bit more of a complete picture. So when using the monthly supply of inventory method, we came in at 5.75 months, which is in neutral market territory. However, we are starting getting close to buyer side, so neutral, but starting to lean a little towards buyer. When we use the sales to new listing ratio instead, we came in at 57%, which is also in neutral market territory, but is actually closer to seller's market. So essentially they kind of cancel each other out and we're right in neutral. Let's move on to the actual inventory last month. So as I had mentioned, new listings was 51, which was about flat from the month before. Sales rose from 17 to 29, which is about a 70% increase. And the expireds ticked up from 6 to 8, not a big move. However, the price for a benchmark home did rise $8,400 from $380,100 to $388,500. Now let's take a look at the end of month inventory. Last month, we ended the month with an inventory of 139, which is about middle of the road when looking over the last 10 years for the month of March. And we're currently about 12% above the 10-year average of 124. When we take a look at new listings year to date, we see that so far we've had 153, which is the second highest over the last 10 years, year to date. And we're currently about 18% above the 10-year average of 130. However, it is a different story when we take a look at the sales. So far, year to date, we've only had 61 sales, which is the second worst year to date over the last 10 years. And we're currently trending about 26% below the 10-year average of 82. Now let's jump over and take a look at the sales dashboard, starting off with average sale price. These numbers are measuring year over year, so a full year over a full year. And when you look at it that way, in aggregate, the price for apartments has risen about 1.73%. What areas are doing well and which ones aren't is a bit of a mixed bag. However, the most expensive areas of town right now are Tobiano, Westside, and Valley View, ranging anywhere from $468,000 up to $521,000 on average. Whereas the cheapest areas of town are Sun Rivers, North Cam, and Brock, with the average sale price ranging anywhere between $307,000 up to $370,000. Now let's take a look at the sales to list price ratio. As always, this is just a measure of how much properties are selling compared to the list price. It is a proxy for how much negotiating room there is when you are the buyer. And last month we came in at 96.76, which is about middle of the road for the last 12 months. And it dropped down, call it 1.5% from February, meaning there is more room to negotiate when you are the buyer. Now let's jump over and take a look at the sales by sub area. Again, these are measured full year over full year. And when you look at it that way, sales for apartments are up about 7%. And once again, it's a bit of a mixed bag as to what areas are doing well and which ones aren't. Currently, the busiest areas of town are Sahali and South Cam, making up about almost 50% of the sales. Finally, let's move on to days on market, starting with the 10-year. So far, year to date, it's taken an average of 47 days for apartments to sell, which is one of the lowest in the series. It's actually tied for second place, and we are about 36% below the 10-year average of 74 days. When we look at it as the trailing 12 months, we see that last month, days on market skyrocketed. In February, we were down to 29. March, we jumped all the way up to 59, so a huge move, which is actually kind of interesting because it was the opposite for single-family dwellings, but that's neither here nor there. Last month, we came in at 59 days, which is about 9% above the 12-month average of 54. Finally, let's take a look at sales by days on market by sub area. And once again, these are year-over-year measures. When we look at it that way, in aggregate, the market is taking about 8% longer to sell, with the average days on market rising from 53 up to 58. The fastest selling areas of town are Tobiano, Sunrivers, and Valley View, with an average days on market of anywhere between 34 up to 41, whereas the slowest moving areas of town are Dallas, North Cam, and West Side, with an average days on market ranging anywhere between 72 all the way up to 161. That's all we have for today. As always, I hope that you're getting some value out of these market updates. If you are, please consider liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. And as always, if you have any questions or you need any further clarification on anything, please feel free to reach out to me directly or leave your comments in the comment section below, and I will get to you as soon as I'm able. Thanks for watching.